Hello friends, I'm so glad you could join me today. I am documenting my journey on becoming debt-free again, so welcome to Second Chance Budgeting. I'll be exploring cash stuffing and unstuffing, finding ways to increase my income, and saving towards some big goals, all while digging myself out of debt once again. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join me during my adventures. Today we're going to be doing two things. I have to unstuff some funds from my various envelopes in order to send it back to the bank so I can either pay off bills that I've already paid or pay back credit cards. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is we're going to see how much progress I made in September on my sinking funds. So we'll go ahead and do unstuffing first. So let me put this to the side. This money in the tray is $40 of change. Let's see, I have 4 categories I need to unstuff. So the first is food. I need to unstuff $140. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So no change needed there. And then this $60 I am going to put towards debt. So I've decided that any extra money from that expense for the month is going towards my extra debt. So I'm just going to put that in there at the moment. I already filmed my debt video for August, so that'll just roll over I filmed them for September, so I'm just going to roll this money over into October. So, all right. So gas, I need to unstuff 71. All right, so let me grab 80. So 20, 40, 60, 80. And I have to give myself $9 back. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then any money that I don't spend in this category, I stuff into car maintenance. So let me just add that. Perfect. And then from other, I need to unstuff 25. Okay, I don't have 5s at the moment. Let me see. I think I saw 2 5s in here, so let me just switch that out really quick. Yes, perfect. That'll just make it a lot easier so I don't have to use all those ones. So even though I have change funds, sometimes I don't have the exact changes I need. So, okay, so 25 goes back to the bank, and then anything extra goes into other surplus until I can build this one up a little bit more than is already in here. So, perfect. And then from my sinking funds and my debt, I think savings and debt binder, I need to unstuff some money from medical to pay back for a bunch of medicine I bought. So 17 needs to go back. So let's see. Oh, perfect. Okay, so 10, 15, 16, 17. Awesome. Okay, so I should have a total of 253, but let me take out my change from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Perfect. So I'll put 40 back into my change fund. That way it's ready for next time. Okay, let's count this up and make sure it's 253. and then we'll get back into my sinking funds update. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 50, 51, 52, and 53. Perfect. All right, I'm just gonna put this into my back to bank envelope so that I can get that credit card paid off and reimburse myself. All right, let me do a little bit of rearranging, get this out of the way. All right, I'm just gonna move this over just a smidge. All right, let me check. Perfect, it's still in view. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken my balances from last month, so the very end of August, and I've transferred it here. So those are my beginning balances for September. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna count up each sinking fund and then total it up here, and then we'll see how much it decreased or increased. And then at the end, we'll tally everything up and see how we're doing in those sinking funds. So let's get started. I'm just gonna make sure we're in view. So I think I need to move it just a smidge over. Okay, so in my food surplus, oh yeah, so I do have that capped at $600. So that is still there, and I didn't use anything. So, so basically that is 3 months worth of food if for some reason I wasn't able to stuff that. That's kind of my thinking behind it. But I also go ahead and, if I'm going to a restaurant or something like that, I'll dip into this fund a little bit. But no change there. Car maintenance, I started with $350, and now I have 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. So, oh my goodness, I just forgot if it was 379 or 4. I think it's 379. Okay. Sorry. All right, so that increased by 29. All right, perfect. And then in my other surplus, I started with 181, and I've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 205, 206. Okay. So let's see, 206 minus 181 is a change of $25. All right, and then in giving, I started with 156, and now I've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86. So that grew by 30. All right, so that's everything for that binder. And I'm probably gonna set this off camera to my side in case you don't see it. All right, let's get into savings and debt binder. In medical, I started off with 488. And now I've got 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 501. So that grew by 13, I believe. Let me just double check though. All right, yes, 13. Okay, and then emergency savings. I still have my $1,000 in there, so no change there. And then my savings, I started with 1,380, and I've got 1,000 in the bank, 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60. So 1,460. And that's a change of 80. Perfect. All right, in my month ahead, I started with 250, and I believe that's still what's in there. So yes, 250. So no change there. An interview, I started off with 475, and now I've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 500, and 5. So 505. So that means that grew by 30. All right, that's everything. Whoops, sorry, car insurance. I forgot that was in there. Okay, started off with 380. Now I've got 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420, 440. So that grew by 40. Perfect. All right, let me get into my personal binder next. All right, I started off with 316 in close. And now I've got 100, 200, 300, 10, 20, 25, 30, 31. So 331. And that is a change of, grew by 15. Perfect. And then fun, I started with 315, and now I've got 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 10, 20, 25, 30. So 330, and that grew by 15 as well. All right, travel, I started with 227, and now I've got 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57. So 257. So that means it grew by 30. All right, so moving right along. Car registration, I began the month with 180. So now I've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220. So that grew by 40. And then holidays, I started with 228. Now I've got 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88. So 288. And that grew by 60. Okay. Hobbies, I think that I did not stuff it at all this month, so I still have 30 in there. So no change there. Perfect. All right, well, that's everything for that binder. I'm moving into my house binder at the moment. So my down payment fund had $2,505. And I've got 2,000 in the bank, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 45. So 2,645. So let me grab my calculator. So that grew by 140. All right, closing costs started the month with 540. I have 500 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 70. So that grew by 30. All right, and then moving started the month with 470. Now I've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 500. So that grew by 30 as well. All right, and then furniture, no change there. I have 500 in the bank, and that is still in the bank. So I've got a placeholder in there. All right, moving right along. So my last binder is my savings challenge binder. And let's see, for goal number 1, I started with 562, and now I've got 500 in the bank, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 600, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 618. Mine is 562. So that's a $56 positive change. All right, my second goal is, I started with 48, and now I've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So 130. So that grew by $82. All right, my third goal, I started with 630, and now I've got 500 is in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 81, so 600 total. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So, yeah, so 668. So that grew by 38. All right, my fourth goal, I started with $20, and now I've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70. So that grew by 50. All right, my fifth goal, I had nothing at the end of, or at the beginning of the month, and now I've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. All right, and then my sixth goal, I started with 25, and now I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78. So that grew by 53. Perfect. All right, well, let's total this up. As always, I will speed you guys up so that you don't have to see all of that portion. Okay, let's get started. All right, so So if I've done everything correctly, which sometimes happens, I have a total of 12,788 in all of my sinking funds. The way that I'm going to double check this is I'm going to add all of these changes up and see if it will match the difference between how much it grew. So let's see if, so what I mean by that is 12,788 minus 11,856 should be a total change of 932. So if I add and subtract all of those, it should be 932, but we'll see. I'll speed you up again. Okay, so I keep getting 912. So I'm going to just double check this. Okay, so I figured out where my error was, and that was when I was doing mental math, of course, I messed that up. So, yeah, the change that was there, it was actually a bigger change. So it grew by 60, not 40, and I'm sure you probably saw that when I was in the midst of recording, but that is where my error is. So the total is correct that my sinking funds have 12,788 in them. It did grow by 932. I just took a little while to get to that. So that is everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for seeing me even through my errors. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If so, please do all the things, like, leave me a comment or question down below, and subscribe for more. I'll see you next one. Have a great day.